Roots and Fusion right here on Stockport's Pure 107.8 FM and also on Blues and Roots Radio out of Ontario, Canada and Melbourne, Australia. This is 2 hours of blues, roots, world folk and beyond. I'm Rick Stewart. Welcome to the journey. So later on in this show we have a session from the one and only Mano McLaughlin. I've been waiting for about 2 years for this to happen. I put him on the Roots and Fusion Playing Out gig in February 2014, and yeah, he came into the Roots and Fusion studio and Aaron Hixon recorded him. We had a wonderful time. He was really relaxed. It's an absolutely brilliant session. That's going to come up very, very soon. Right, it is now that time. Without any more further ado and malarkey, it's Mano McLaughlin session. So sit back and relax for the next half hour or so. The brilliance of Mano McLaughlin came into the Roots and Fusion studio, recorded 6 tunes. 3 of them, I believe, are new pieces, but he started off with one of my favourite songs of his. I hadn't actually realised what it was about. Now I do. Gorgeous tune. This is Mano McLaughlin, The Morning After the Longest Day, recorded live for Roots and Fusion.
I wrote this song the morning after the funeral of an old friend. It's called The Morning After the Longest Day. Come miles on my cheap legs, keep stalling, but I rest, just trying for one more best out of 5, keep falling, but I'm alive. On the morning after the longest day, it gets darker from here. On the morning after the night before, we close the door, go on wiser from here. Stuck in the tick of time, I name this moment mine. Would you stay here just now with me? We could swim or just fall in, and it will always be more. It gets darker from here. On the morning after the night before, we close the door, go on wiser from here. As the river about borders, ask the sea about foreign lands, and a river ignores us as its waters slip through our hands. On the morning after the longest day, it gets darker from here. On the morning after the night before, we close the door, go on wiser from here. I was was flicking through an old lyric book of my dad's and came across this song called 13 Pieces of Quiet. And I obviously never heard the tune, so, and I really wanted to hear it. So I wrote some music for it. So I'm going to try it. It's a new one, I've not done it before. On the windswept Cragun Heights of Derry that overlook the Bogside lie 13 pieces of quiet. And ain't it long, ain't it long, ain't it long since the bloody day they died. It was on a January Sunday in 72. The army shot them down. Said it was all that they deserved. And ain't it long, ain't it long, ain't it too long that they've lied there in the ground. And well do I remember the TV dim as bitter tears filled my eyes for 13 pieces of quiet. And ain't it long, ain't it long, ain't it too long? There you've laid there and cried.
I feel sort of really humbled sometimes when musicians decide that they're relaxed enough and happy enough to play brand new tunes that they've never actually played in public before on the Roots and Fusion sessions. So big shout to Mano and McLaughlin. Thank you very much indeed. 13 Pieces of Quiet, the first public performance of that. And the morning after the longest day, he started off with. So 4 more tunes, 2 of which were brand new, but the next 2 are ones I've heard him play live before. There's the wonderful Bus Stop Strangers. Before that, another one of my favourite tunes of his. This is Mano McLaughlin, Peach Got Bones.
Here's a song from the first LP I did on my own. It's called Peach Got Bones. Faith was like a train, now it's like a falling plane. All curled up again, holding in life and laughter, but you're leaking like a bag of rain. Used to be a peach, only just out of reach. Jumping up again, breaking your teeth on stones. Peach got bones, peach got bones, bones. be a star. Shining down on where you are. Looking up again. Here's another old one. This is a song I did with a band called Mano. It's called Bus Stop Strangers. Bus stop strangers, you know, like brothers. Faces creased from other strangers' covers. Every morning there are many others the same. Familiar face that you clock in the library. Look at these books, I can look in to hide me. I think I know you, but I don't remember your name. I ain't no spaceman, ain't no diver, ain't no steam train driver either. The boy me wouldn't know me at all if I kicked my ball over my wall. Ain't no spaceman, ain't no diver, ain't no steam train driver either. The boy me wouldn't know me at all if I kicked my ball over my wall. I thought you said that we'd always be with it. Really there, not like old people dig it. Where's your science fiction revolution? I ain't no spaceman, ain't no diver, ain't no steam train driver either. The boy me wouldn't know me at all if I kicked my ball over my wall. Ain't no spaceman, ain't no diver, ain't no steam train driver either. The boy me wouldn't know me at all if I kicked my ball over my wall.
Sing along a Mano McLaughlin. No, that's Don't Look. No, it's not. That's next coming up. What's that? That's Bus Stop Strangers. That's me getting confused. Just loving it so much. It was an absolutely wonderful, wonderful session. So yeah, two more tunes that he played. There's two brand new tunes as well. Don't Look Too Long. Who Stole My Ego? Then we had a bit of a chat. Which was the bit that I got nervous on because I do. That's just no story. While this is playing, I'm going to sort out the podcast so that by the end of the chat, the Roots and Fusion Mano McLaughlin session will be available for you to have and hold free via the Pure Radio website. I'll give you all the details later. For now, this is Don't Look Too Long, Mano McLaughlin.
I think it's called Don't Look Too Long. How's that for a title? I don't know. Let me know if you think of a better one. Don't look too long. I can only only hold his face for so long. Don't look too long. I can only hold his face for one song. Then I'll be gone. I'll be gone. And all the other men are just following on. Believe me, gravity can always come undone. Believe me, down is just a place I've been and done. Been and done. Been undone. And all the other men are the wind that blows you on. And I'm the wind that blows you on. I'll be gone. I'll be gone. And all the other men are just following on. Who stole my ego? You took it all to pieces just to work out how it worked. Now it don't work. You took a photograph and then you showed it itself back, and now its brain hurts. Who broke my ego? Who broke my ego? Who? Who broke my ego? Who broke my ego? You gathered up the pieces, got them back into the box, but now it's half cocked. It can still get out the house and it can still get round the shops, but it is half lost. Who broke my ego? Who broke my ego? Who? Who broke my ego? Who broke my ego? Who? The lights are on, you got power, you've got sound. You move like a zombie, keep falling down, but I don't think you ever hit the ground.
listening to Roots and Fusion, the Roots Sessions. This is on Stockport's Pure, and also Blues and Roots Radio out of Canada and Australia. I'm really, really pleased to have in the studio the wonderful Mano McLaughlin. Hi, mate.
Oh, thank you, Richard.
I'm looking forward to this for a long time.
Oh, me too. And thank you for all the play you've given my record. I really appreciate it.
I just love what you do. I've seen you play 3 times now, I think, live.
Cool.
One of which I did myself.
Yeah. One way of getting me on.
Yeah, so it was like in Salford at is it the Black Lion or the...
Oh, yeah. That was the launch, wasn't it, for the record?
That was excellent. And then they're playing out. And a little gig at Mano Bar, the Mano and Mono. That was fun.
Yeah. That's the only reason I played it. So I could say, lovely little place. Mano at Mono.
It sounded good as well. Lovely place in Chorlton, that.
I usually play in stereo, but not that.
So you've been playing for a long time, haven't you? Because I mean, I've only discovered you the past couple of years or so. So shame on me, but you've been playing for quite some time.
Yeah, since I was a kid, really. I've been playing. Well, I started off playing this same guitar I'm playing today when I was probably about 9 or 10, and I've been through bands and noisy bands and pop bands and 60s psych bands and then back to folk, and I've finally come full circle back to the same guitar and probably the same old shite.
So through all that, what was the bit that you enjoyed most? What music did you feel is yours? Is it where you're at now, or have you been through?
Well, I think it's always where you're at now, because you change, don't you? Life changes, and when you're young, you're full of aggression and bitterness and hate, and you want to stamp your feet and scream and shout a lot and swear in songs and things. But now I haven't got the energy.
That's the mellow stuff.
Yeah. Whimper that introspective nonsense over my old guitar.
As my wife would say, men emoting.
Yes. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Well, your lyrics, there's some... It's beyond the sort of that sort of thing. You've got some really sort of... some quite colloquial stuff in there as well, lyric-wise. But you managed to do it with feel, which is a neat trick to do.
It's a hard place to find yourself and just sing honestly in your own accent without sounding like you're putting something on, because early on it's so easy to slip into Americanisms, especially when you're young and you're listening to a load of American rock music or pop music or whatever, or indie music in my case. And I spent years weeding that Americanism out of myself, so finally I'm just hopefully just singing like I talk, like I am.
It must be a real difficult fine line, I guess, to soak in all the influences but not let them own you.
Yes, yeah, and they do own you one after another when you're young. They're just queuing up to own you. But now I can hold them off. I know who I am now.
Excellent. One of the songs that you just played there, you played a couple of new ones that you'd not done before, which I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's great.
No, I hope they came out all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to the new album now. But we'll get on to that in a minute. One of the stuff you did. 13 Pieces of Quiet. You said you found that in your dad's lyric book.
Yeah, he gave me a book of his lyrics not long before he died, and I mean that song must have jumped out at me because of the title, 13 Pieces of Quiet. I thought, God, what's this about? Isn't it? It's got to be amazing. And he probably wrote it early 70s. It's that. It was a really old book, falling apart. I had to take photographs of it and email it to my sisters to say, what on earth is this? Say this bit here, and between us all we deciphered it and managed to get a full song of lyrics out of it.
Oh, excellent.
But obviously it's about Bloody Sunday, and it must have just happened then. But because it's written, ain't it long, he seems sort of like retrospective and like it's looking back now, it sort of makes sense. And some things just shouldn't be forgotten, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Was he a musician as well? Or
Yeah. But since I was born, he's been singing us to sleep with Irish rebel songs, and
He's sort of carrying on that tradition as well, because your kids are involved in. It's great when you bring the kids up on stage. They really enjoy it.
I said they upstage me every time. the claps and cheers when they finish, twice as loud as what I get. So I didn't bring them today.
Well, the dancing wouldn't work on the radio anyway, so you'd have to describe it. So you've the The first time I came across you was down because Dave Oldham at Distilled Records.
Yeah.
That's when you did the Peach Got Bones album. Was really, so is that the beginning of your most recent phase, I guess? With
Yes.
So how come you got involved with Distilled? How did that come about?
Well, I've got me and Dave go way back. We're old friends since we were kids.
Okay.
And he's
good.
He's been living in Scotland for a fair while now. And he's working for the record company Distilled Records, and he played it to his boss, Steve Dowling, who's a lovely guy, and they both just really liked it and got right behind me and said, yeah, let's do an album, and just, you know, it was ace. It came at just the right time, you know, the band I was in, Mano, which was, I loved that band, it was great, but things just didn't work out. People just don't always be good people. They didn't always get on. Just went the way of many other bands.
Yeah, shame when that sort of thing happens.
It is, yeah. So I ended up on my own, and it for the first time in my life, really, since I started. Because I've always been in bands, been in a gang, you know, travelling around in a van, you know.
Must have been quite a scary experience then, I guess.
Yeah, it was like starting again, in a way. I got nervous all over again. But I found, because I did a lot of touring out in Europe, in the Baltics and things, so I was like going on my own and on aeroplane for the...
Wow.
And it was easy in a gang, because you're all lads having a laugh, but on your own, you know, it's a proper adventure, and it's a bit scary, and a totally different experience. People talk to you when you're on your own. You're not like this daunting group that, you know, going to put people off. So
you've played like Lithuania and places like that, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, all around the Baltics and Latvia and Poland, and I was supposed to be off to Norway and maybe Sweden in August sometime. Yeah, so it's been really nice. It's a nice way to travel. People like it if you're a musician.
Just carry a guitar with you.
You sort of become accepted, and you know, you can always sing for your supper and find a floor to kip on if you're stuck, you know.
Excellent, yeah. So, new stuff then. You're writing. Have you got recording lined up? Is there something happening?
I've just finished writing. I've got about 18 songs or something. So I really need to whittle them down and try a few out, and then work out which ones I'm going to record for the album and where I'm going to record it. There's a few places I could record. I might go up to Scotland, or it's kind of nice recording at home because you don't have to get changed out of your pyjamas.
the pyjama sessions. That'll work.
So I'm sure I'll do some of it at home. Yeah. But I've got to finish putting this new kitchen in our house before I can get my room back at home. There was worms coming out of the old kitchen. It was horrible. Alita filled a little jar up with them and set them free in the garden. And we smashed it up and took it out. But it's all good now. It's going to be. I'm going to be starting soon. Yeah,
I've heard that before. So how do you record them at home? Have you got a little studio thing, or do you
it's the same as here. A Mac and a few mics. That's all you need nowadays.
It is, you're right. Yeah.
It's changed, you know. When I first started going to the studio, it was like £1 million studio. It's a whole ridiculous amount of gear you need. It was just inaccessible to young bands. But now you can just record on a laptop. You know, it's really empowering.
Well, the trick is getting it heard, though, isn't it? I guess.
Yes, but that's always been the trick, hasn't it?
There's people saying recently that even though it's a lot easier now to get your music out there because of all the different, you know, YouTube and related malarkey, the other side of that is there's so much out there now that it just gets lost. And
it's easy to get it out there, but it's easy for everyone to get it out there. So you still need... I mean, that's why your job is so important, because you need people to go through all that stuff and say, oh, wow, it's a gem amongst all that.
Well, anything I can do to help. You know, it really is excellent music. I do love what you do.
Oh, thank you.
Where can people get in touch with you and find out should this album actually appear, or anyone who's listening and the Baltics next time you're up there? Or
well, I have a website and a Facebook page which Dave manages, looks after for me, because I'm not too hot on social media. Yeah. So you can always get in touch with us on that.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think I'm playing the Manchester Food and Drink Festival in September. That's that, and the recording and a kitchen in Norway and Sweden. So that's what I've got booked up.
Excellent. I'm going to guess that the kitchen's going to get put back a little bit, unless you're strong.
I doubt it. You know? I think Sam, my wife, will be too chuffed with that.
So that one's actually penciled in.
Yeah.
Chuffed with that. So that one's actually penciled in.
Yeah.
All right. Mano, thank you very much indeed for coming. I wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. So there you have the Mano McLaughlin Roots Infusion session. It is now available to download